Can you tell me what it was that made you decide that you wanted to get better at reading?
When I was a young girl, I hardly go to school, you know, from Jamaica and to London. I didn't spend much time in school in Jamaica before I come here. And when I actually come here, the age of 13, I only spent 2 years and I didn't get to catch up at all. And because when I actually start school here, they gave me a book, you know, to see how advanced I was, but I wasn't very good. So at first they put me in the front, and then after they gave me the book, they put me to the back and bring the girl from the back and put me in the front. And that was hurt, you know, and really humiliating for me. And over the years, I struggled without education.
Yeah. But now you've got in touch with Read Easy.
Yeah, get in touch with Easy.
So how have you found learning to read with Read Easy?
Well, I find it very challenging.
Yeah.
And my mentor, she's very patient and very good with me, you know. You know, and when I just started, I really struggled, but we have a good laugh over it because I don't used to pronouncing the English word correctly, and that was my struggle. But it's very, very rewarding, and I would invite anybody to come forward and do the same thing. I come because I always want something like diploma or some certificates and such. But now I have plenty to show where I'm coming from, you know, and even though I don't put them up yet, but I'm doing well and I'm very happy with myself.
So you said you found it challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
What have been the most difficult parts, do you think?
The difficult parts, two difficult parts for me is getting used to the English pronunciation, and also to pronounce the word by bring the syllables together.
And what about the successes you've had?
Now I can read more than I used to. And
well, I was going to ask you that. What things are you doing now that you couldn't do before you came to Read Easy?
Well, what I couldn't do, actually, the worst bit for me was to put the words then together. But now I can do that, even though I'm still struggling with it. Yeah.
So you're reading in other parts of your life now?
Yeah.
When you're away from Read Easy, when you're not with Leonie?
Well, now,
are you reading?
The books that my mentor gave me, they're very exciting because they are good story. And it makes me feel good because I can actually read to my grandchildren now because over the years, you know, I could get nanny job, but because the children like reading story and I couldn't do it, so I couldn't take that job. But now I can read story for my grandchildren and they enjoyed it.
How old are your grandchildren?
Well, they are 6 and 7. Yeah, and the little baby, I have little babies, little toddler as well. So it's nice reading this story to them.
So you'll be looking forward to reading stories to your little toddler as well?
I am so happy about that because that was really stressful for me, reading stories. And the other thing as well, you know, when say for instance, I go to church and things like that, and, you know, I always want to read the Bible and understand the Bible, you know, and transfer the Bible, like stand up and speak is no problem, but it's to hope to power that word or overpower that sentence. I couldn't do it, so I always have to be, you know, cradle up and pretend that I don't know anything. But now I am out in the light, which I can stand up and go in the Queen Palace, you know, and speak with the mic and load of it.
That's great. So you're on book 4 now, aren't you? Out of the 5 books in the programme. So it won't be long before you're on book 5, and you're finishing the programme. So what do you think you might do once you finish the programme and your reading is even better than it is now?
Yeah.
Have you got any ambitions or any plans for what you'll do with your reading?
Well, I write a lot, you know, story about myself, my history and different things. And I always want to write a book about it. so I don't know how that will go yet. And the next one I want to do is learning how to use the computer fully. I can use like my tablets and things like that, but to actually go into the computer and find out everything that I want to find out, that is a bit, because I don't used to it, but now I am much better with my tablets and I can go on the computer. Yeah.
So you alluded to this earlier on. You talked about, you know, how good it's been for you so far. Mm-hmm. But what would you say to other people who are struggling with their reading about Read Easy?
Well, what I would say to people out there, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that can't read and they are embarrassed, you know, and isolated, you know, and they don't want to come forward because they are already an adult and they feel that they look stupid, you know, and you know, so they don't want to come and expose themselves. I would say forget about that, put it behind you and shame the devil and come forward.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.